In the last couple of months, Lightroom has blown us away with their new AI features, and 2023 is no different. There's a couple of new things that has been happening. Denoise for one, a couple of masking options. Let me show you. So before we get to the huge changes that recently was added to Lightroom, I want to show you a couple of things that you might have missed in recent small updates. One of those things is the adaptive presets that Lightroom has added. This image I recently took at a wedding. I was edited with my chocolate sunset presets. The link is down in the description. If you have a look here on your left hand side where all your presets will be, and you scroll down, you'll get a tab that says adaptive portraits. Now each of those does something different, and I think the best one to show you first is what they call the enhance eyes. So on this portrait, I'm gonna click on enhance eyes. Now on your PC it might take a while depending on the speed of your PC, but you can see now suddenly the eyes has changed here. Now the nice thing about this is Lightroom has actually added a mask for those eyes, which you can click by going to the mask tab, click on the mask, it will show it to you. If it doesn't show it to you, you can press the shortcut which is O, and then it shows you. Now I personally don't like the fact that it selects the whole eye. I only want to get the color of the eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the mask at the top, click on the minus, take a brush, and then brush away the whites of the eye and anything that might have gone over the lines. Remove that with the subtract from the mask. To see what I've done, I click on O, I can zoom now out, deselect, and see what it looks like pretty much. Now for me, this is too much. I'm gonna go to the mask again. So the nice thing here is that you can actually now decrease the amount to your liking, and I love what it's done there. Now I'm gonna go to, let's choose Glamour Portrait. And if I click on it, it's now actually gonna create a bunch of masks here, as you can see here on the right, one for there, one for the eyes, etc, etc. Let's zoom in a bit on this image. There you see the eyes for me is a bit much, so we can see which one is the eyes. There's the eyes, and we can go to the amount and make it a bit less. There we go. We can go hair, bring up the shadows in the hair if we want. You can literally change every single mask to suit your needs and create the portrait that you want to. There's quite a few more adaptive presets, and I want to show you one more. Different image, same wedding, but here on your preset side you go to adaptive sky this time, and you can now go blue drama, you can go dark drama, you can go neon tropics, storm clouds. But the nice thing is, let's say you go blue drama, now it has obviously created you a mask. You can click on that mask, and I like to dehaze sometimes a bit more. You can go up and you bring the exposure down a bit, and if you don't like it warm, you can obviously up the temperature of it. You can saturate it if you want it even more blue, and you can play with it as you like. If you're curious about the other mask I created, is I selected the subject and then inverted it so that I can create a darker surrounding for the couple. So now we get to the big AI features that Lightroom has added in the last 2 weeks, and I was blown away. To say I'm lost for words is an understatement. I haven't been so impressed with Adobe Lightroom in years. The first thing that I've added was curves to your mask. So I'm just going to quickly create a linear gradient here for this image. This image was taken also at a recent wedding, but a different wedding than the previous one, obviously, and edited with my KT presets. There's the linear gradient. I'm dropping the exposure on it, but now I'm going to use the curves on it. So upping it and just creating a simple tone curve, and I'm going to show you the before and after. So that's before and after, before and after, and we can really drop this. We can even bring the highlights down a bit if we want. There we go. The other thing that you can do is obviously play with the colors. So you can add magenta to the mountain if you want. You can add a bit of green to it. You can add a bit of yellow to it. You can do whatever you please to do with it to create the kind of look and vibe that you want to. For me, by far, the biggest change to Lightroom to date in the last couple of years is the new denoise function. I want to show you guys that, and on Saturday, I on purpose shot an image at 32,000 ISO to show you how incredible this feature is. This image, however, was taken at 12,800 ISO, and if I zoom in, you can see quite a bit of noise here on the baskets on the wall and in the shadow areas, and even her eye is slightly noisy for me. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to detail here at the bottom. There's the denoise. We're gonna click on it and it's gonna run depending on your PC speed. It will obviously be faster or slower. So once it has loaded the denoise function, it gives you a little box and you can then do a couple of settings here. It's very easy. For this specific image, I'm gonna put it on 45 and just say enhance. It's gonna take about 10 to 15, 20 seconds, again, depending on your PC speed. It's gonna create a DNG file. So it creates a whole new DNG file, but it still has your preset settings to it, which is amazing because that means you can still change your preset after the denoise has been added to the image. Now, if I zoom into this, look how clear her facial features are. The eyes, look at the baskets in the background. If I jump between the two images, there's the normal one without the denoise and there's the denoise one. Another image before we get to the last one, which is mind-boggling, but this one at 20,000 ISO is just as mind-boggling. If I zoom into her face, you can see quite a bit of noise here on her shadow areas, in the background, even here by his tie, there's quite a bit. So all we're gonna go is develop module, we're gonna go to detail, we click on denoise. This one, however, I'm gonna go to 50% and say enhance. And now you can see the difference between the two. So look at her face here versus here. This is like, come on. Before I show you the 32,000 ISO photo that I've taken for you guys and show you what I can actually do now with it, I want to share with you my ideas with regards to this new technology. And the biggest idea I've got so far was to use it in places that other photographers can maybe not use it. I know with my Canon R6 I can shoot at 12,800 comfortably. I'll even push it to 16,000 ISO if I have to. But now I will take couples into corners or models into corners that is dark, that I have to maybe shoot at 32,000 ISO, maybe even 64,000 ISO for that matter, and create acceptable files that's printable. Let me show you what a 32,000 ISO file look like on a Canon R6 after editing, and it looks like this. It's actually quite acceptable. Will I give it to a couple like this? I doubt it. Let's do the denoise. So develop module, go down to detail, click on denoise. For this one, let's go 80 amount and see what happens. Look at this background versus this. Now on a serious note, guys, for my liking, it's almost too smooth. I haven't tried it. Let's just go up and add a bit of texture. I wonder what it's gonna do. Now one can do that. The other thing you can do, and I've got a little sharpening preset here, click on the preset sharpening or just sharpen the image here at the bottom. By the way, if you don't know how to properly sharpen, you can hold the Alt key and mask. Everything that's white will be sharpened, everything that's black will not, and you can take it up to maybe 70% or so. Very, very acceptable. So one final thing I want to show you with regards to the denoise function is that you can actually use it in a batch. So when you select 2 images or 3 or 4 and you go denoise, it will at the bottom ask you if you want to enhance 2 images. So you can do it in batch. However, do take in mind that it creates a DNG. If you run denoise on 50 images, you're going to end up with 50 extra images, which is going to take up a lot of hard drive space. So for me personally, I will only use it for certain images that was very on purpose with regards to the ISO to do things in dark areas that I can normally not do. So with all these new AI features in Lightroom in 2023, you've got no excuse to create beautiful portraits. I'll see you in the next one.